banana.
I guess it depends. If they're wearing a giant monkey costume, I would have some questions. If it was just a generic person, yeah,
Or
I don't see any reason to get in the way of that.
or
Person
you
enjoying a
just
banana.
eat the banana while you're walking around the store.
Like right there, right beside this camera.
We're locked in this room now. Sorry.
I would definitely say this side of it though.
So you're refusing to be searched for the event. But they have a gentleman in blue refusing to be searched.
Okay, there you
Not
go.
allowed to be here.
Well, that's what I tried saying, but he just said, "Get the fuck out of my
Got like
face."
gang members searching each other's security, man. How about that, yeah? Ripping flags and shit. Fuck out of here. Dead gang, dead gang.
Dead gang, dead gang.
Sorry. Shut the fuck up, Cosmo. Why is he's talking to me?
We'll be down at this room.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Skeleton. I haven't seen her, but we're gonna start without.
I should probably find a good seat up front.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Well, so I can hear y'all and cheer you on.
It's hard to find good help.
I think there's like a PA system, so.
Yeah, no, you're.
Yes, yes. Once you're once you're up there,
Blue Day
or,
Dub, thank
like
you.
anywhere in front of where Lance is, you have no control over the volume of your
Oh,
voice.
thank you.
You'll be mic'd the fuck up. You have no control over. Everyone will be able to hear you. So no fucking pressure.
Oh, like
Everyone will be
hard
able
or
to hear
nothing.
you. So no fucking pressure. That's why I had a silencer installed.
I was. Wasn't worried about it.
That's why I had a silencer installed.
Speaking,
Yes,
do
if
you
you just
want
take
some
a
food?
regular gun silencer, shove it up your ass.
Yeah, but
Yes,
then
if you
you
just
might
take a
actually
regular gun
accidentally
silencer,
fart it
shove it up
out.
your ass. Well, that's just part of the fun. Well, that's just part of the
I
fun.
don't know. I mean, if you're into putting
That's how
stuff
you
up your
become.
butt regularly, that's fine.
Well, you know,
Hey, we're
it's
not
just
kink
there.
shaming here. It's fine.
It's just there. I mean, you may as well use it, right? I mean,
How would, so how would
99% of the time,
so
you're not doing it.
Like, can't you just
Yes,
pop it?
yes, use it. Make the most of it.
you have a superpowers?
All right, just follow me this way, and then we'll announce everyone.
All right,
Yeah, sorry about that.
let's get that.
Just follow me this way, and then we'll announce everyone.
Sir, you can't have that in here.
You said that was a felon power last time.
I can't have one.
The gun on your back.
Preparations. We're gonna get started in about.
About security.
Think about
Oh.
how bad. Think about how bad some of those would be when you're putting guns in another person.
Hello, Dan.
Hello.
Oh, will it
Long
be?
time no
So
see.
would it?
Yeah, how you doing? Hello.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started in about 60 more
Yeah, how
seconds,
you doing?
or
Hello.
about 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah, so if you hit like a bunch of habaneros, they, bring a fire.
Step over here with me, Dan.
Hold on, I forgot how to shout, and I'm trying to.
You shouldn't need to shout because we have really good acoustics from the stage.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we can
If
hear
you can
you.
hear
You
us,
old fuck.
yeah.
God damn it, Dan.
That's why I'm having you walk over here. Do you have any last minute questions before we get started?
No, like how creative do you want me to get with the
As
script?
creative as you want.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Hi.
we got you because
This is
something
busy,
happened.
I know.
Hi.
Yeah, I'll put the dumpster Dan Flair on it for sure.
Chen.
You're making me nervous.
Do you know the
Hi,
Code
Jen.
Games?
Hi, Bert.
Hi, Chen.
She's making sure that she looks
I know
lovely.
Claire.
What?
And then
Oh.
Do I have
Okay. Which first is it? It's just
Hey, Sonny, do you have any weed?
Mr. First, okay. And then Lord Skeleton.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Are you ready to begin?
Yeah, whenever everyone else is ready.
Yeah, we're ready. You want to go ahead and go up there, and then we'll have them come out
Okay.
one at a time as you call them.
Okay.
Just a reminder, make sure that if you are watching and you feel the need to speak, make sure that you are whispering. As you walk out, you're going to go ahead and find a seat. You might have to think about sitting.
get out of the way?
Wait back here.
Okay. That's crazy to think about in advance standing here in time. This has never happened. I don't know if my mayorship can follow such an event.
There we go.
I mean, it is Dumpster Dan asking the questions. How bad can it be?
We ready, Dove?
Yes, we're ready.
Okie dokie. All right. Hello, Lucidians. It is I, former Mayor Dumpster Dan, back in the flesh for the latest episode of Who Wants to Be a Lucid Mayor?
Yeah, woo!
Yeah. Tonight we have 3 exhilarating candidates who all are vying for your vote to be the next mayor of Lucid City. Okay, so we will introduce each candidate and they will come out here and take a seat, and then we'll get going on the questions and all the fun stuff. As is tradition, ladies first. So the first candidate will be Ms. Claire Saffitz.
Hello, hello.
Woo!
How's it going, guys?
Claire! Women power. Okay, I'm set.
Our second candidate is none other than Mr. Ted First.
Okay, Larry. Well, I'm definitely searching you. That's fine. Oh yeah, is that why you have a gun?
Oh, Thomas Dan. It's
Thomas First.
Buddy, you mind standing up for me?
Oh, I swear.
They just told me Mr. First. They didn't give me a first name.
Stand up for me.
That'll work.
Hello.
Work.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, and then last but not least, a reformed supervillain, Lord Skeleton.
Disobeying a lawful order. Just stand up.
Skeletor.
Are you fucking goddamn kidding me, Dumpster Dan?
Skeletor, sorry.
Thank you. That's more like it. Thank you.
Yeah, Lord Skeletor. Okay. Thank
Don't get in
you.
the seat.
Thank you, lady and gentlemen's. If you just want to all take a seat, then we can move on to the answer
Sorry.
portion of our
Sorry.
evening.
Oh God.
I'm just gonna lean on my seat if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. Whatever makes you all comfortable.
Thank you, buddy.
Okay.
Let's-
So,
It's good enough.
Go
I think we're
ahead.
good.
Yeah, we're good.
yeah.
It's-
So
these
so
chairs
the-
are kind of meh.
Thank you.
What if I just did this? Would this be distracting to anybody if I did this the entire time?
Hello.
no, it would
Um,
defy physics, but
Oh, yes, of course. I wouldn't want to do that.
I just don't want to think about how bad your core's hurting afterwards.
No.
Oh,
True.
yes, so tight. So tight.
yeah. So the agenda for this evening is we got a series of questions that I'll ask you all one at a time,
No gun.
and then
It's fine.
as each one of you answers, if one of y'all wants to rebuttal any of the comments
What?
made by a fellow candidate, you can. But let's just be mindful not to get long-winded like I can be, because we're kind of on a time crunch, because we don't want to go into
There you go.
next week. So
Okay.
to
Okay,
keep
get
it,
on with it then.
I know, I'm just explaining the rules, okay?
Okay,
So
thank you.
to make it easy, I'll just ask the questions in order. It'll go Claire and Thomas, then Skeletor. Okay.
Very well.
Yeah. So the first question, Claire,
Mhm.
is why are you interested in this position?
Well, that's a really good question, actually. I think that I'm mostly interested because I want to see our city grow and be successful. I've been a part of the city and seen some of the things that really helped us out in the past, and I'm hoping to bring back some things that are were helpful and try and alleviate some of the issues that we're currently seeing.
Gentlemen, any rebuttal?
None.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Mr. First, same question.
Very similar to Miss Shaffert's answer. I really do think I'm the right person for the job. I think that this city has seen better days, but it's still an amazing place that's just in need of a little revitalization, a little life breathed back into it. So, as mayor, that would be my goal, was to see if we can get this place going to how I know it should be.
For the sake of brevity, I'm not going to ask if there's any rebuttals. Just if you have a rebuttal that you want to make, just wait till the candidate's done talking, and then you can just rebuttal. Okay. And then, last but not least, Lord Skeletor, why are you interested in this position?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be a little bit less charitable than Mr. First here. I think the city's in a bit of a hole, and we've been doing the same thing for all of these 7 previous mayors. It's been the same old thing, and I'm here to do something different. I'm going to shake things up, assuming that I win. Basically, I'm bored. TLDR, I'm bored. Now I'm running for mayor.
Okay.
Fucking bitch.
Oh, hey, let's be respectful, okay? Hopefully no one's got any shoes, okay? We don't want to repeat, okay? All right, next question. Claire, well, what do you think the roles of the mayor are?
The roles of the mayor? Oh,
Yeah.
well, the mayor wears a lot of hats. I mean, public engagement is a major thing, making sure that the people know that you're there for them and you're willing to listen to what they have going on. That's probably one of the biggest things that helps as mayor. But actually making positive action towards bettering the city is one of the biggest. So I could go on about everything we need to do as mayor, but I think those are the 2 most important.
Okay. Mr. First?
I do believe that the responsibilities of mayor kind of just include sitting at the top of the Lucidian government at this point. The city council members and the new community and DPS representatives that are going to be appointed just kind of guide that group and to make the best possible leadership decisions for the city. Ultimately, it's not a one-person job, but he's there to kind of lead as the one at the top. I think there is a little bit of oversight with PD now too with their budget, and I think it's it's a big responsibility to sit there and make those decisions as to what PD should be spending money on and what they shouldn't.
All right. Thank you.
That was very thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Do we
go
rebut
ahead.
now or after we all stop?
No, you can rebut.
I just wanted to include Oshi because you only use he pronouns. Lemon can be mayor.
You're right. Sorry, poor use of pronouns on my part. I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
Let the docket show -1 point for candidate first.
That's fair.
All right, Lord Skeletor, what do you think the roles of the mayor are?
I believe that the roles of the mayor are to rule over the city with an iron fist and protect it at all costs and by any means from threats external or internal.
Do you plan on dressing up as Batman for this, or?
Wait, why? Why would I do that?
I don't know.
That's like the opposite of my whole shtick.
Oh,
I'm a guy dressed up as a guy, and then I dress up as another guy. It would be confusing if I started doing that. No, I plan to keep the branding clear and concise.
okay.
Okay, very good. Ms. Claire, what qualities does a mayor need to be effective, and how do you embody them?
Well, that's a tough one. To be effective, you kind of have to be compassionate and understanding. And I don't know. I feel like I have some compassion. I help when I can, whoever I can. I think that it's important to also have a no bullshit policy, meaning if someone comes up to you and they make a complaint about something and I see doing the same thing, well, you just can't have that. We can't sit here and do the same things and that we're complaining about, you know? So I want to make sure if I make change that it's change that everybody wants to see and that we can all agree works out together. And I think that I'm kind of no bullshit sometimes.
Okay. Mr. First, what qualities does a mayor need to be effective and how do you embody them?
I think some of the things, just me personally, are just hardworking, self-starting, caring. You could call that empathetic. Um, I'm perceptive and creative. Those are the things that I think about that would be me and how I would be able to apply them to the position of mayor to help Lucid. I think you just need someone who's willing to slow down and take the time to kind of put yourself in their shoes and see what you can do to help.
Very good. Lord Skeletor?
What was the question again?
What qualities does a mayor need to be effective and how do you embody them?
I believe that to be effective, a mayor needs a killer instinct. They need to be ruthlessly efficient and willing to climb over the bodies of their fallen foes and swim through rivers of blood to get to whatever the hell it is they're trying to do.
What the fuck?
Like a Castro type thing, or
Yes,
Stalin?
like a vicious authoritarian figure. I agree with Claire's no bullshit policy, but I'm cranking that shit up to 11.
Oh,
Heard.
I bet.
Okay. I take this opportunity to give Mr. First his point back because he's the only candidate sitting. Next question.
Okay.
Oh, well, you're kind of leaning, okay? And I felt bad about taking the point away to only him. Now you're standing. Don't make me take the point away. Again.
You know why? Because we stand on business around here, Taysa.
What?
Yes.
What if
All
I do
three of
this?
us.
No, it's like an old-fashioned gangbang on Dumpster Dan. I see. Okay.
Yes, get fucked, Dumpster Dan.
Yeah.
Old fashioned
that,
style.
I mean, with love. I love you,
Yeah.
Dumpster Dan.
Yeah.
Of
Okay.
course.
Miss Claire, how do you envision your daily routine if elected mayor?
That's a good question. I haven't really thought about it. There's a lot that goes on the day to day, and as much as I know there's a lot to do as mayor, I don't know that. That's hard to answer. I'm trying to think. I know that important things are going to be having the ability and openness to have people come talk to me if they want to. So hopefully having, open time for people to come in and talk is a big part of my day. But other than, you know, pushing forward changes I'm looking to see and being available for people, I can't really think of anything else I need to do other than maintain my normal life because you can't let being the man take over everything. As important as it is to the city, no one person should shoulder crazy responsibility and feel like everything is their fault, Because we're all here to make a change to better this place. So, I don't know. It's tough. Just a lot to do.
Yeah, very insightful. Mr. First, what would you envision your daily routine being?
My daily routine would hopefully consist of post us having these city council meetings. We should be setting goals as to what we should be doing to make this place better. And my day to day would hopefully consist of me going out every day and trying to make that a reality to whatever ability that I would have to do it. I would try to work as tirelessly as I could towards that while still maintaining direct communication with all the citizens to see, maybe what they want's changing. You never know. Just talking to folks and making sure that I'm doing whatever I can to make the goals that we set as a government become a reality.
Very good. Lord Skeletor, what would you envision your daily routine being?
Daily routine as mayor. Well, I would probably start by waking up at 4:30 in the morning every morning. I'd have a light breakfast and do calisthenics for an hour and a half while I watch camera feeds of the city through a series of monitors that take up an entire wall. I'm going to be installing tens of thousands of cameras. Every angle of the city will be covered. I will know what each and every one of you are doing at all times. And if I detect a problem that a mayor could help with, I will deploy my legion of reprogrammed crime bots to the scene. And that's just going to be it every day, every single day. Except on Wednesdays. I've got boys' night on Wednesdays.
So what are you gonna do about poker? Like,
oh, we could have and also on Wednesdays there will be community poker night.
I like that.
it's a good idea.
Is it strip
I
poker?
came up with that idea.
Edible.
Let's poll the audience. Would it be better if it was strip poker or regular poker? Let's see what the civilians think, what the citizens think.
Hands up for strip. Just leave them down for regular.
Now, if you want some strip poker, raise your hand.
Oh, that looks like it's
Okay.
split right down the middle.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah.
we gotta
We'll just do about 2 tables.
We'll flip it.
even.
What if we flipped a coin every Wednesday?
Yeah, we can do like on council week we do non-strip. The next week we do strip, and we go back and forth.
Why don't we all just become the mayor?
It could be like triple mayor.
Unison.
We've derailed this.
Anyway.
Oh, too much.
Yeah. Okay. I got another question for you, player. What is the main challenge that you foresee in this role?
That's a big question. I think the biggest challenge as mayor right now is community engagement. I feel like we have some events where we come together as a group and do things, but I don't know. I don't get the same feeling of everyone being there for each other like I used to, and that's something I really want to bring back.
Okay. Mr. First, what's the main challenge you foresee in this role?
To some degree, I definitely agree with Ms. Shaffitz. I think it's some form of community involvement or engagement. I could take the most creative people in the city, lock them in a room, have them create the most awesome event ever. But if I can't get people involved and excited about it, then it's going to fail ultimately. So being there as the mayor and doing as much as you can to see this place breathing and living is, that's going to be the hardest part of it for sure.
Okay.
I have a rebuttal.
Yeah, I do too.
Ladies first. Ladies first.
I said it first.
Well, okay, you
He can
did
say
say
it.
it first. You did say it first. Okay.
Are you doing that on purpose with Claire's name? Are you calling her Miss Shafttits on purpose? Is that an inside joke that's going over my head?
Is it not Shaffitz?
No, it's Saffitz.
I am so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Where are the points standing now?
Yeah, I gave up with the
Fuck.
points.
Okay.
I think I got Yahtzee.
Miss Saffitz, I'm very sorry, Claire. You married?
Not anymore, no.
Okay, cool. Did not miss us. Didn't mess up twice as bad. They good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why it's always good to just lead with the Miz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you have a
I did have a
rebuttal?
rebuttal. Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say that you made it sound like what I was saying was strictly about events, and I just wanted to clarify that I'm not talking about running events for the city. As much as I love that, city-hosted events and business-run events all are great for the city, but I'm talking about long-term population and bringing in new residents and keeping them.
Yeah, I agree to that 100%. And I'm glad that you took the time to specify.
Of course.
I think even my example, I think, was much more narrow than that. It's if we have people around that want to do stuff like that all the time and they're having fun, then I think this place will be going great.
Mm-hmm.
And to that, I agree with you 100%.
All right.
Yeah. Lord Skeletor, what is the main challenge that you foresee in this position?
Oh, just one?
I mean, it could be more than one, I guess.
No, let's stick with one. I don't want to go on for 8 hours. I think the greatest one, the single greatest challenge, will be preparing this city for the impending cataclysmic event. I don't know. It's coming at some point. I can't say exactly when, and I can't say exactly what, but at some point, something really bad is going to happen to the city, and only I will be able to save you. So think about that as you drift off to sleep tonight, Lucid City. Think about that.
Ooh, spooky. Okay. I'm getting a message in my earpiece that we have some audience and just public questions. Dove, do you want to bring forth the questionnaires?
Weird. You wouldn't think that they'd have questions based on that Q&A event attendance. Oh, is my mic on? Apologies.
Yeah, we're always on a hot mic when we're on the stage.
Oh,
Okay,
yes,
what
of
day
course.
is?
How foolish of me. I was doing a comedy bit.
Yeah,
I got a question for the mayors.
Well, first state your name, sir.
Wait, he just
Hi, I'm
told us the
Larry.
mayors. Does that
Hi,
mean that
Larry.
we
Yeah,
are
well, candidates,
needed?
whatever it is. I don't really care. But do you guys believe, in the role that you guys foresee yourselves to be, that anger control is a big issue and something that should be looked into? Being able to control your temper?
Oh, am I good this time?
Yep, as is tradition.
Okay. Yeah, anger control, anger management, however you want to put it, is very important. And one of the biggest things that I was looking to help with as mayor is actually providing more support for our hospital services, whether that be for elderly, disabled, or in this case, people who have mental issues, because anger management is really a big part of mental stability. And if our EMS is better equipped to help with that, that'd be great. I mean, if the city can provide funding for people who have these issues, that'd be wonderful. So yes, it is important.
Mr. First.
I mean, I really do feel like he's just calling me out here, but maybe he's not. And so, yeah, I do think it's important.
Is there an
to stay
inside
calm.
bid here?
The last time me and him were both here, I stabbed him.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
And I'm
As someone
sorry.
who was just stabbed, that sucks. I'm so sorry that happened.
Yeah.
But
So am I. And to answer his question, yeah, I do think in this position it's important to stay calm regardless of the situation.
Lord Skeletor.
anger management. Oh, and I just want to say, if a mayor having been stabbed is something that's important to you, and that shows weakness, perhaps, I've never been stabbed. These
Oh,
two
no,
have
no,
both
no.
been
He did the
stabbed.
stabbing.
Well, okay. Anyway, I've never been stabbed. Vote for me for mayor. Sorry about the stabbing. Anger management. I recently posted on social media about real estate agents that I would, if I took the office, I would mandate the installation of cranial implants that would force them via dopamine injections or horribly painful shocks to comply with their job's parameters. We could look into doing something like that if we could have a council of people, and if they declare that somebody's been a little bit too angry, a little bit too pissy, we could take them down to Zona and cut that head open. I could get into that.
What?
A
Okay.
cranial
I feel
implant.
like what you did was
What
mild
is that?
compared to that, so have a nice day.
Yeah.
all right.
All right, thank you, Mr. Larry. Okay, you got a rebuttal for that? Definitely not batshit response about cranial implants.
Look, I don't think a 5150 covers like can you really take someone's
It'd be a
free
new
will
cat.
like
It
that?
wouldn't
Is
even
it
be. It
possible?
wouldn't. Well, yes, we would just sign it into law. If you've shown yourself to be a little bit too angry, we're going to put a thing in your head, and it'll fix that.
What if we just do it for civil servants that get too mad?
We could start it with them.
Think about it. I know a sheriff.
Think about it.
I don't want to think too hard. I might get a cranial implant.
Well, be careful.
There we go. There we go.
Okay, well, we got a couple more audience questions. Dylan, would you like to come up and ask your question?
Former mayor. Current mayor.
Yes, give him the respect that he deserves.
Sorry, current mayor, exiting mayor, the one that these three are going to replace.
Absolutely. So we've heard a lot of answers up here tonight, and I guess my question is directly for I would say Mr. First and this Skeletor guy here. Both of you, as we just heard, Mr. First stabbed someone. It's also my understanding that the skull dude here kidnapped and tortured.
I have a full name, and we all know that you know it. Don't play this.
Yeah, you're
I'm
just.
sorry, I'm not going to
look,
call you Lord. Anyway,
Dylan,
I'm going to finish my question.
Okay, go ahead.
Finish my question. So, the Skeletor guy here who tortured and kidnapped a previous mayor.
Allegedly.
Why should we vote for people who do such heinous acts on members of our community? How can we, let me finish. How can we trust that you're not going to be utilizing this position for your own benefit and not for the benefit of our community?
Okay. To that point, I'll say this. Why have you omitted Claire from this conversation? When I met Miss Savage, she was at court getting a expungement the same as me and Mr. Skeletor.
I don't think that expungement had anything to do with murdering somebody or attempting to murder
Is he
someone.
going to be allowed to answer the question, or are we just going to keep going back?
He asked me a question, so.
Good. I just wanted to know why you excluded her. Now that I know that, and it has nothing to do with the fact that you've already publicly endorsed her and then came up here to talk mad shit on me and him. That being said, I'm completely reformed. I regret my decisions that day, okay? If I could apologize to Larry privately after this, I would do it. That's all I got to say on it.
Larry's not worth the apology, don't worry.
And there goes that.
Got him.
Yeah. Lord Skeletor?
Can I get a concise version of the question? It got muddled.
Sure, I got the summation.
Are we gonna rephrase?
You were an asshole allegedly in the past and did fuck shit to a mayor. Why should people elect you to be mayor when you have a history of being an asshole?
Lucid City, look at me. I'm looking at you. And what do I see but a room full of assholes? Now, I don't mean that in a pejorative way. We're all assholes. We all love to do asshole things.
We sure do.
I am you, distilled into one person. Why wouldn't you vote for me? Yes, sure. Perhaps maybe I will do something horrible with the office of mayor, but that's interesting. You'll all be watching every little detail. It'll all be a thing. Oh shit, when's he going to do his thing? And then what if I'm just a normal mayor? Who knows? But that's fucking content. That's why you should vote for me. Skeletor for 2024.
Gotcha. Thank you. Clickbait it is.
Man. All right. Did you have a rebuttal, Claire?
I didn't have a rebuttal. I just wanted to make a statement that I know that these guys have addressed their issues. I've made mistakes in my past too, don't get me wrong. I don't think anybody is above what they've done in the past. I just think we're all here to make it better.
And just for the record, you all know where that nice new courtroom came from, right? For a while I had the largest expungement in Lucid City history when I ran for mayor. How do you think that shit got built? It should damn it say Dumpster Dan Courthouse on it. Anyways, Mr. Harry, you got a question for the candidates?
Oh yes, I did.
All right, feel free to ask away.
Okay, so earlier in the debate, Miss Quare, you mentioned that you was like the being a mayor is about wearing many hats. So my question is not so much directed at you, but the other guys. Why do you feel that you would be more stylish than Miss Claire wearing those hats?
Kind of hat, like a fedora.
I mean, Lord Skeletor, can you even wear a hat?
I can wear. If you watched my mayoral ad posted on Vibe 8,000 times, you can see that I do in fact have the ability to wear a hat.
Oh, they,
He does. It's pretty nice.
well, I consider me impressed.
Full disclosure, I've been known to dress up like a cat.
Meow.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's
just
the next
saying.
question?
I'd
Well,
like to see that.
Harry, is that sufficient for your answer?
Yeah, I just wanted to know where they thought they'd look more stylish. That was all.
Okay. Very good. We got a couple anonymous posters now. Here, I'll give you guys a softball. You've been getting grilled pretty hard so far. This is the easiest question of the night. Pick a number between 1 and 10.
7.
Okay.
4.
Okay.
6.
Okay, very good. All right. The last anonymous question is, our last mayor has set up some pretty good protocols. Do you plan on continuing any of his practices?
Oh, yeah, I do. I've actually met with Mayor Summers a couple times now, and we've discussed, what he's been doing in practice so far. And I mean, everything he's done so far has been a good stepping stone to building out what mayors should have in their cabinet, and literally and physically, because we obviously have cabinet members. But I mean, like it's good. The council meetings have been great. Deputy mayor is an amazing position that I think was just recently established. Great. It's all stuff that I plan to continue and help build upon once we, finish this mayoral election if I am elected.
Okay, Mr. First.
If elected, I would obviously like there to be a really nice transfer of power, very peaceful from Dylan to me. I would like to, really sit down, talk to him, evaluate all the things he's done as mayor, talk to him, ask him what he would like to have done different if he could have, and really start from there. If leaving things in place as he has it up now really is the best answer, then that's what we're going to do. I will say I've mentioned just moving. He moved the speed limit to 70, which I love, but I decided to, people think it's a meme, just move it to 69. Yeah, it's real funny, but it, if you know what the speed limit is, because it's a joke, at least you know what it is when you're going to get pulled over. Makes you more conscious.
Yeah. Lord Skeletor.
Probably the most boring answer for me tonight. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's working, I'm not going to fuck with it unless I find it personally amusing to do so.
It's a good answer.
Okay. We have one late submission, another anonymous. And I'm just going to read here right off the question verbatim, so no one get upset with me, please. What are your plans for the power trip that PD is on?
Oh, that's rough. I guess it really depends on how we look at it, because the power trip can come, quote unquote power trip, I should say, really needs to be defined a lot more, because you can say PD are going way too hard on us around here and arresting people for doing the dumbest things. And I can attest to that. I got 10 months in jail for driving without a license in my own car because I ran a red light and was going too fast. There's stuff like that that definitely needs to get looked at. So if that's the kind of power trip you're talking about, I'm happy to sit down, talk to the commissioner, talk to the chief, and talk to the citizens and see what's going on, what do we need to fix. But until we fully define what we're looking at as a power trip, I can't answer that fully. I'm sorry.
Okay. Mr. First.
Okay, yeah. So I'm a former police officer, so I kind of get what they're saying. Just to keep it 100 with y'all guys, I have no love for some of the things that PD does, and if they're doing things that are going out of the way to make people's lives miserable for no gain whatsoever to the city, it will be addressed. The mayor, as power, has control over PD's funding. Officers that are not going to do things the way they should be doing are not going to get paid, and they still got to go to work. They're public servants, and if they're not going to go to work, then they're going to have to quit. They're going to get fired. I don't want to see people leave the force. I don't want to see people be assholes to one another. So if BD's on some kind of crazy ass shit, reach out to the mayor's office. I will see what I can do. But at the same time, if your own actions have warranted PD to come at you like that, I'm not going to be some kind of shield for you. That's all.
Very good. Lord Skeletor?
Oh, this one's easy. As many of you have seen in the past, I have several crime robots that I deploy from time to time. It would be a trivial matter to flip a switch and have them do the opposite. Enforce the law, and next thing you know, you have a police department filled with robots. So I'll just leave that there. If they like to continue being police officers and not have their bodies augmented against their will with robotic parts, then perhaps they should, serve the community.
Very good. Okay. Miss Claire.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your inspiration?
Randy Butternubs.
And who's that?
Our original police commissioner. Police chief, sorry. Police chief. He...
Yeah, sorry. Why does he inspire you?
Randy wasn't afraid to sit down and talk to people and work out issues. I mean, we don't need to sit there and resort to violence between each other or stop beef on vibe over dumb things. Like he would go up to you and say, "Hey, this is what's going on. Let's have a conversation about it." And it didn't matter who you were or where you were from.
Okay. Mr. First?
Officer Eugene Big. He was always a mentor to me in PD, and even criminals I think that have had to deal with him would say that he's one of the most fair guys on the force. Extremely calm and always took the time for me to make sure that what I was doing was correct. Person that wants to give a lot back to this city, but is limited by his position.
Very good. Lord Skeletor?
I would say Gemma Stone, because she always gives me a ride when I'm stranded on the side of the road.
I have a rebuttal for that.
Go for it.
She doesn't know a Hogwarts house.
Okay, never mind. She's terrible, and forget what I said.
She's not terrible. She just needs to figure it out.
Nope.
Isn't that why they got the fucking hat to tell you where you go?
Yeah. That's what I said.
Well, okay. I'm gonna do this because I think it's funny as fuck. Okay, it says on this sheet, says Lizzie only. You have a bit of a reputation as superficial. How do you answer for this, and how do Lucidians know you won't move on to something that you feel more prestigious, especially now that there is a new queen opening?
It said Lizzie?
Are you reading?
Like, was it mayonnaise?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. That's why it's funny.
Lizzie was a great person. I'm not gonna lie. She was a little silly, but she was a good person. She was not.
3-year-old question.
Superficial. At least I think that's
Maybe
almost
2.
That's 2 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. How long ago did the queen die? Because I think that was like a sexy comment in the question.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but now, do any of you guys think that y'all are superficial?
No. Well,
I think that I've been a bit in my own head sometimes, and I shouldn't have been, but I don't know. I think that I can work through it. I don't think that I'm superficial per se, I should say. But I definitely was up my own ass for a while. And I did some reflecting, and I know that, I was stupid.
Okay, Mr. First.
I don't think it's a secret that I thrive off of myself. But it doesn't mean that I'm completely out of touch with what's going on with others. I think you had more concern, maybe not with Miss Saffitz, she seems fine, but this guy literally lives on the moon. How long do you think he's going to be your mayor?
Until the end of days.
Well, there you go.
And Skeletor, would you say that you're superficial?
No, not at all, actually. You might think that I am, being an internationally famous billionaire reformed supervillain, but no. I'm dedicated entirely to the craft. It's all about the craft. And in this case, it'll be being a great mayor. So, no, I don't care about any of this. All of these physical objects, money, it's all imaginary.
Okay. All right. Last question before you guys get your closing statements. Please list your top 3 Lucid mayors in the history of Lucid City.
Okay. Oh, number 1, Dumpster Dan.
Oh, how awesome.
Number 2 was probably Nico, because Nico's one of my best friends. And number 3, probably Mr. Summers, because he's done some pretty great things in his time so far. And if he was still running again, I would vote for him.
Okay, Mr. First.
Number 1 is going to be Dylan. Love it or hate it, we and him don't always get along. We don't always agree, but he's done more as mayor than anybody else since I've lived here. And I respect the hell out of that. That'll make him number 1 forever. Number 2 is going to be yourself. I love you. I see you around.
Yeah.
You come along more than any other former mayor. Number 3 is just going to go out of, I love the guy and I miss him terribly, Wilcox Sandu. I think he ever did a single damn thing as mayor. Damn, I miss him.
What the hell? Put some respect on Nico's name. What the fuck?
What? Fuck it. Wilcox out and put Nico in there. Still see Nico every now and then.
Okay, it sounds like it's a
Nico,
tie
bro.
for
Yeah,
third.
Damien, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I will
Yeah,
stab you.
You know
Lord's-
what? Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time it's happened in this room.
Won't be the last.
Lord Skeletor, same question.
Okay, so pretty easy, obvious pick. Mayor Dumpster Dan getting that new courthouse was a really big deal to a lot of people. A lot of use has been gotten out of that, so I think that's definitely a good thing that you did on purpose, 100% on your own.
Yeah, totally.
Number 2 would be Nico the first time he was mayor, and number 3 would be Nico the second time that he was mayor. He sandwiched you in mayoral goodness.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
we had a Nico Dan sandwich.
You like an ice cream sandwich with goodness all
Uh,
around.
Runner-up would be Silver. Yes, that would be my runner-up.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that
Okay.
these people were mayor at
Wait,
the point.
Silver Harrison?
Yes, she was one of the best mans.
I
Well,
think
that
she
was
was
right after I moved, right?
she was mayor for like 24 hours. I think.
She brought a,
Dropped out for
well,
a
but she
day,
brought it. It's not
motherfucker.
about.
What
It's
do you
not
mean?
about the. It's not about the time. It's about the quality of service that we got in that time.
Okay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. We're reaching the end of our program. I did get word of another anonymous question. I can ask it if you guys would like, or we can say too bad, so sad and move on to the
Keep 'em-
closings.
Keep them coming until the cameraman literally refuses to film this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'd agree.
Okay. I'm only paid for the hour though, so we'll
Oh.
we'll
I'll
move
help-
on.
I'll
We'll
help
do
with
this
that.
one and then we'll go to closing. So
More
question
money for Dan.
yeah, anonymous question. What do you plan to do against the massive amounts of gang violence in the city?
That's
Can
a
I
great
take this?
question.
Or go
Take
ahead,
it,
Claire.
take it. No, I'll tell you.
When you say gang violence, you guys mean gang on gang violence? Because I see almost none of that. I mean gang on PD. That's another problem and a whole other question that I think would just that we could have a whole meeting on that. Gang
Yeah.
on gang violence, we don't have hardly any of that here.
I would say I don't have the background of the question because we just have a little drop box and it comes in my earpiece. But I would say that it's just any kind of violence derived from gangs.
Gangs and PD are going to go at it. They have their area. That's their home. They're going to do what they want to make money there. They're criminals. PD's got to do their job. They got to try to stop them. There comes a point when PD has to value their lives too. If you see 7, 8 gang members in an area and 1 or 2 of you think it's a good idea to move in on a house alarm or a drug sale, that's a terrible idea. You're going to get shot, you're going to get downed, and you might die. So at some point, You know, you have to use some common sense and say, I probably shouldn't engage that. And guess what? The violent part of it never happened because you didn't do the dumb thing. If you're talking about situations where it's 10 gang members on 10 cops, we can do what we can. We'll sit there, we'll look at it. I'll try to get work with PD best I can. It's not like I have the direct option to work with criminals at the same level that I do PD, but I'll do what I can.
Wait, why don't you have that option?
Well, it's, you know, with them being doing illegal stuff, you don't really have the
I
same.
mean,
Yeah, it's one of those where
hear
it's
me
like
out.
if you don't have the same option of negotiating with an armed terrorist as you do the chief of police.
You say that, but if they're taught, I mean, former criminal myself, if someone said, hey, Queer, we have a way to help you out and make things a little bit easier for you where, you know, we can actually talk about the issues we're facing, show up, mask, no mask, whatever, we'll talk about it and we'll see what we can get fixed. Like, there's got to be a way to meet, you know?
In that situation, I agree with you. I think you have the right idea there. I think about it in the terms of they're going at each other, shooting each other in the streets every day, stuff I experienced when I was on the force. It's like as a senior officer, you don't have any say. If high command, head command comes down to you, says you're in condition Delta, you're doing this. I'm going to go into what all of that means, but that's how it is, you know, like you're at war with this criminal organization almost, so you're trying to do your job. Not like you're out there looking for them, looking for a fight, but
yeah,
that's how it seems.
Okay. Anyone else like to answer the question?
Let me get a refresher on the question, and I'll provide some input.
Yeah, lots of gang violence. What are you gonna do about it?
Okay, let's just all be honest here. Gang violence, conflict between organized crime and PD well, it's just woven into the fabric of our universe. It's unavoidable. It's going to happen. It always has. It always shall until the end of days. What I would try to do about it would be to instill a sense of sportsmanship. You know, at the end of the day, what is this life? It's just a game. That is all. And you may as well have fun living it. You only get one shot after all, so don't fuck it up. And if I have to do government-sanctioned torture to instill that sense of sportsmanship, then I, of course, would be willing to do so as mayor. Thank you.
You had the
Amen.
perfect answer.
Amen.
Miss Clary, would you like to add anything, or is that good?
I think that's good. I think what's Skeletor said it right there, and I'm just glad he didn't include Quenbots, because then I'd have to rephrase it.
Okay. Very good. Now, I know I said that was the last question before we get to closing arguments, but you see, I'm the one with the power here. I have the clipboard, so I'm going to ask one more question because I can. What color has the worst personality?
What color has the worst personality?
Yes.
Is this like some psycho jab? What is this? What does that mean?
I'm asking the questions here.
It feels kind of targeted, but
But you all have to answer it, so it's fair.
yeah. Well, green is not a creative color, so probably green.
Okay. Mr.
It's
First.
also envy.
It's white. White has the worst personality. I mean, at the same time, it's moldable. It'll act like whatever you put near it, but on its own, it's boring.
Mr. Skeletor.
I would have to say probably orange, specifically when used as a hair color. If anybody were to do something as insane as that, I would probably consider dropping everything that I'm doing and dedicating the rest of my life to making theirs as miserable as humanly imaginable.
Jesus, somebody don't like
the
orange
fuck he
hairs.
said that.
I bet he has orange hair under that skull.
You really insulted one of the
Yes,
four
you
people
like
who
to
came
know.
to the Q&A.
Oh, what? What are you talking about?
Oh, hey, how did you survive the vomit copter?
Well, Mount Zona is very skilled at what they do.
Okay.
Very skilled. Yes, they picked me up today, actually.
Oh,
I laid
sweet.
there in agony for 48 hours.
We locked your helicopter. I hope you got your deposit back.
Nope, that's all gone. That's okay. That's okay. It's totally worth it. Everybody knows what we're talking about. This isn't weird at all.
That's fair.
Okay, and so just to recap, Claire doesn't like green because it's not creative, and she doesn't like money. Mr. First doesn't like white because it's boring and easily impressionable. And Lord Skeletor doesn't like orange because it just irritates him, especially when
But
it's
only in
on
the
the
context
heads
of
of
hair.
humans. Yes.
If it were in any other context, it would be fine. Just when it's
Yeah.
somebody's hair color, it just pisses
Okay.
me off.
Very good. Very good. So now we're at the closing statements. You each are going to have a few minutes to basically plead your case to the Lucidians on why they should vote for you for mayor. I would encourage you to use this time to maybe elaborate on some of your platforms. I know this Q&A session is more about like the emotional side and learning the personalities of the candidates, and those who are voting may not be familiar with what you actually plan to do as mayor if elected. So I would suggest using that time to maybe enlighten a little bit on how you envision your tenure as mayor going. All right. So, Miss Claire, would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure, I can. I don't know that I have a lot to say other than I just want to see change and help invoke change in the city that helps us, want to live here and bring our friends to live here if they aren't already. I want for all of us to be a community that takes care of each other. And do we shoot at each other sometimes? Sure, but maybe not as much, or maybe I don't know. I just want to be good. I want everybody to be happy. That's my whole thing. And hopefully, with the support of current Mayor Summers, he can help guide me on that path.
Very good. Mr. First?
Okay, so there's a few things I'd like to do as mayor. If elected, the first thing I'd like to do, with our federal rescheduling of marijuana from 1 to 3, we've already had pretty liberal weed laws here in Lucid, but I want to do a little bit more with that. I don't really think that the weed card program gets used that much, and the access to weed in the city legally is easier than it ever has been with vending and kiosks now. So I really want to get to the point where you guys can possess as much weed on you guys as you want without worry, unless you're selling it or if you're breaking it to distribute it somewhere else. As long as you guys aren't doing that, I think marijuana should be, legal. The next thing I want to do is there's a lot of guns in the city, guys. On my way in here to this debate, even I saw 2 SMGs and an AR. These guns are already on the street. There's probably people here who don't even have criminal records that own a fully automatic firearm. I just want to create a program where we're tracking those guns and those people can own those guns legally. You can use it for your business. If you're maybe a gun store owner, maybe you want to open a shooting range or some kind of event center where people can come in and shoot the guns or something. Who knows? But we want to create a safety program where they're being tracked to some extent, at least the people who are able to legally have them. And then if those guns get used for something illegal through that process, we'll have someone who takes responsibility for it. The next thing, the amount of money that welfare people get is only 25 a tick. That probably means absolutely nothing to anyone in this room. But when new people move here, that's hard. Our food, our repairs, everything's based on an economy for people that have been here for a while and they know how to make money. People who just move here, they have no idea what to do sometimes. That $5,000 they get from the courthouse goes quick. And if it's one of their cousins or a family member or a friend they've called here, they're not even maybe entitled to that $5,000. I think moving welfare up from 25 to 100 sounds really fair. It's $500 for a pepperoni pizza. That's all I'm saying. Also moving the speed limit from 69 to 69 from 70 for the laughs. And hopefully that's what I'm trying to do here is create a few more laughs. I'm so tired of us shooting at each other and the first thing that comes out of someone's mouth is you pussy. Like, no offense to anyone here, but we're better than that. That's all I can say about it. This place is better than that.
Very good. Lord Skeletor?
Everything that both of my fellow candidates said was superlative. They were perfect answers, and I can't find any fault in them. However, I don't really give a shit about any of that stuff. That's all fine and dandy and well and good, and I'd probably hire somebody that's good at that kind of thing to keep up with that so the whole city doesn't fall into disrepair. What I care about is having an interesting life, Lucidians. If you want to have interesting lives too, think of the possibilities. Just think about it. Think about giving me unfettered access to the entire governmental apparatus. Think about it. Skeletor for 2024.
All right. Very good. All right. Well, thank you very much, candidates, for taking the time to not only be here and answer the questions, but also present your best selves to the Lucidians here that are going to be voting.
Wait.
Wait,
Okay.
what's going on?
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. You don't have any shoes, do you?
What?
Yes, check here for shoes.
Yeah, you got any shoes on you? If you do, I'll fucking tackle you.
Look
She got
at
2
my
on her.
feet right now. I'm wearing shoes. What?
Man,
Take them from her.
Everybody wears shoes.
I'm watching you. Go ahead.
All right. My question is for Lord Skeletor.
No, go on.
Look, I really thought, the other day we kind of hit it off, when we flew around in your helicopter and everything, and I just feel like a little bit like, like you were calling me out specifically with that orange hair comment. And I just want to know, like, if if you want me to vote for you for mayor, like what the fuck was that all about? That's my
Well,
question.
you thought wrong, Sonny. I hated every moment of it. It was pure, indescribable, psychic agony.
Oh my god.
Don't
Wow.
vote for me. Actually, how about you just don't do that?
I won't.
Vote for a cat instead. Write in for a cat in an alleyway.
There's a cat right here at the bottom of the stage. You see him? He's brown.
I'll help you pick the cat.
I'm gonna remember this. That's all I'm gonna say for now.
Oh God.
I hope
God.
everyone does.
Yeah, she has good memory.
So when you told her she should be a villain, did you mean it?
What the fuck did you do, Skeletors?
It's all part of my plan.
Okay, before this goes off the rails any further, I would just like to thank you all for being here and participating in our democracy. So I got word that we actually have actual voting booths set up over in City Hall. They're going to be open for the next 72 hours. Okay, so that takes us. So if it's Sunday for you right now, that takes us into Wednesday. All right. So just make sure you put your vote in, because once those fuckers close, there are no takesies backsies. All right. All right, and of course, I'd be remiss, and I think I'm contractually obligated as an employee of Weasel News to say thank you for letting us use this beautiful studio, and thank you to our cameraman Lance, and thank you to everyone for being here and not throwing fucking shoes.
Whoa, no shoes.
Yeah. All right. Have a good night, Lucidians.
Good night. See you at the polls.
Yes, see you guys. Don't forget Claire for mayor.
Don't forget Skeletor for 2024. It won't be a bore.
Wow, you guys have good catchphrases.
You whore. Oh, that was too
Oh, that was good, Claire.